And welcome to another edition of Politically Unfiltered. My name is Arno Betts. Damn glad to meet you if this is the first time you've been here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The more people we can get involved in this, the better. Tell your friends, share this with your friends. Don't forget to comment. My Lord, leave comments. Okay, today we're going to talk about President Trump signing an executive order changing the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America. Now, first and foremost, the main point I want to hit first is if you're Canadian and watching this video, okay, if you're a Canadian citizen that pays taxes and work and, you know, if you're upset about Trump doing this and you think it was wrong, you have every right to feel this way. You have every right to be loyal to your country. Totally understood. But as far as your government is concerned and your Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, I'm very upset with him. And the reason that I am simply is because he hasn't been very, I don't know how to put it, but he hasn't been very nice to America. And I know it's not the American people, it's President Trump, and he doesn't like President Trump. And he doesn't have to. I mean, President Trump is not there for him to love, and vice versa. Your president isn't there for my president to love. The only thing that I wish that he would take in consideration is the fact that America is your biggest customer, and where he's your leader, just because President Trump is someone that he doesn't like, when he makes the decisions he does because he doesn't like President Trump, it affects us people here. And I know your president doesn't have anything against me. I've never done nothing to him. He's never done nothing to me. But when he does something to Trump, indirectly, he is doing something to me. And this is why I feel that when President Trump changed the name of Lake Ontario to Lake America, I knew that there were going to be a lot of people that disagreed with this. And I'm not saying that the people who disagree don't have the right to disagree. They do have a right to disagree, especially our Canadian friends in Canada. I understand you're upset. All right, now I'm not going to try to defend President Trump and what he did, because I know he's offended a lot of people. But I am going to say I think I can understand why. Understanding and justifying are two different things, and I want that understood. And the point that I mentioned a few minutes ago about your leader, he has not been a friend to our government. But I know that even though Trump has not a lot of respect for your president up there, he has tried to extend, what do you want to call it? Try to be fair in this trade thing. And he hasn't. And I made a list of where I know President Trump, like this last deal, he was basically saying to your president, look, you've got high tariffs here, you've got high tariffs over here, several different areas. Why don't we work together? And if you come down on those, we will reciprocate here in America and come down on any high tariffs we have on your products coming into our country. Let's try to work together. We understand we got to collect extra money because we all need it. But let's try to be fair with each other. And this is what Trump tried to do. Trying to do business with somebody he doesn't even like. He likes the Canadian people, but your leaders, that he doesn't like. And when he tried to offer them what I think was a fair deal, your President Carney, said no, and turned around and walked away. All right, well, I mean, that's his decision, and, But I did a little check in here, and there's 1, 2, 3. There's about 4 or 5 different times when America came to Canada and said, let's make a deal. Let's try to make our trade less expensive so we can take what trade we're doing now and increase it so both countries can benefit from the business that we're doing. And every single time, your president has said no. Every single one of these times right here. I can't see very well. I ain't got my glasses on, but I'm going to do the best I can. Chinese EVs dropped the 100% tariff aligned with the U.S. in 2024 to 6.1% on a $49,000, dollar vehicle yearly quota, plus later Chinese auto plant investment in exchange for China cutting canola, lobster, crab tariffs. Also extended tariff relief on certain Chinese steel and aluminum in short supply, and U.S. reports firms have flagged Chinese continent goods, cabinets, trailers, auto parts moving through Canada under USMCA rules, helping China to screw America. Come on. Carney's 2026 Beijing deal also welcomed more Chinese investment while talks with Washington were collapsing. The Canadian government is obviously not a friend to the U.S. and hasn't been, so I think I can understand why Trump changed the name of the lake just to piss Carney and his government off. And I agree with that too, yes. U.S. firms have documented Chinese steel, aluminum getting processed or kitted in Canada, then shipped south to dodge Section 232 tariffs. Again, helping China cheat and screw America out of money. Canada has slapped 25% surtaxes on Chinese metals and on goods with China melted steel or China cast aluminum, plus tighter quotas. They say they police it because their U.S. access depends on it. Talks still collapsed last week over steel aluminum rates and quotas, autos, lumber, and U.S. demands that Canada match the tariffs on third countries, China included, and both sides walked away again. So this is just some. This isn't all of them. This is just some of them that I printed out to share with you to give you an idea. Again, here we go. We've got a situation. Imagine if it's you and me doing a deal, trying to do a deal, and I go and do a deal with someone that undercuts you and cuts money from you that you could have made in the deal. What kind of friend would I be to you if I was deliberately doing something that screws you out of money? That's not a friend. That's not a friend at all. So, you can say what President Trump did with Lake Ontario, changing the name to Lake America. You can say that Trump's being an asshole. You can say that. You have all the right in the world to say that. But when I see those different situations right there, as well as what happened the other day, well, actually last Friday, a week ago today, when Carney is having his negotiators go into a meeting, and like I explained the other day, it didn't have anything to do with trade. It had nothing to do with trade at all. I explained it all in my last video. He did it on purpose to hurt Trump in the midterms because he wants to continue to use what power he has to cause pain and upset here in America, so that when people go to the election in November, they vote for Democrats and not Republicans, and thus undercutting any current power that Trump has in both the Senate and the House. This is what it's all about. It had nothing to do with trade. He didn't care about you Canadians. He didn't care about us Americans. He didn't care. All he cared about was, we got to do what we can to screw things over for Donald Trump because I don't like him. Okay. So when Donald Trump changed the name of the lake yesterday, again, I'm not saying that it's justified, but I can understand exactly why he did it. Again, let's go back to you and me in this same kind of deal. And let's say you're trying to do exactly what Trump is trying to do. You're trying to make a deal with me so that you can benefit and I can benefit. And I sit here and I smile and I shake your hand and oh yeah, let's do that deal, yeah. But then I turn right around and start doing other deals with people that screw you over and make you lose money. And then we all sit there and laugh at you just because we don't like you. How would you feel? How would you retaliate to that? What would you do? Now look at what Trump did. I agree that anyone that says that what Trump did yesterday was nothing more than a political jab towards Carney and how he's handling these trade deals, which is screwing them right up completely, when he could be doing things that would benefit you Canadians. That's what I hope a lot of you see and understand in this, that, you know, again, you could hate Trump all day long, but all he's tried to do is make a deal where you Canadians make out good and we Americans make out good. Fair is fair. And apparently the Prime Minister of Canada doesn't want to be fair, because being fair isn't the top priority right now. The top priority is making sure that Donald Trump gets mud thrown at him and that mud stays on him through the elections. Because you watch what happens after the elections. I got no idea how it's going to go. I got no idea. But I think, I mean, and I should say, rephrase it, that I hope and I pray that there are millions of people across this country that are just like me. We understand that President Trump isn't perfect. He's not Jesus Christ, and we're not saying that he is. But I truly believe that everything that he has tried to do while he's been in Washington, his first term, and now 2 years or so into his second term, he's done nothing but try to make things better for American people. Clean the government up and all of the waste and the fraud. Try to get all of the crooks out of there as much as he can. Get America so it's on a good trajectory going forward, and everybody gets better. Yes, there's been roadblocks in the way, but at least he's been trying like hell to make things good. And he wants things good for Canadians. He wants good for the whole world. I mean, I want good for the whole world. I'm tired of all of these countries fighting in wars and people getting killed over foolishness. But it happens, and there's nothing we can do to change it. But we can all at least try and want to have things better. And the first steps that have to be taken is countries willing to work together somehow and be fair. Even if you don't like the leader, you got to think of the country itself and the people that are in the country. I think you Canadians, just like us Americans, have every right to pursue your happiness. And in order to pursue your happiness, you have to have a good, stable economy. Everything has to be good. And that's all I want for you. That's all I want for us here in America. And everybody deserves it. I mean, to me, it's like a God-given right that sometimes that God-given right gets stepped on and abused, and it's a shame. But it is what it is. So hopefully, as we move forward on this whole issue, hopefully things will take a turn for the good and get better. We'll see how it works out. Okay, now there's a second thing I want to get talking about this morning that was in the news. I see that a judge came out yesterday somewhere. I can't remember where it was. Doesn't matter. But this judge came out and he somehow put a block or a stop on the post office getting lists of people that live in their area who are registered voters, and when the ballots are sent in the mail, they have a list, the post office, and if they know that so-and-so lives in that house and their name is on this ballot, then it'll get delivered there. But if someone's here illegal, living in that place or that place, and they're not a registered voter, then they don't get a ballot, because you've got to be excuse me, a legal citizen to vote in this country. And if you're not legal, if you're here illegally, you can't vote. It's that simple. And it kind of sounds like a cruel thing, but when you stand back and understand our voting system, the whole thing, and the way it's set up, how our founders designed it. It was designed in order to protect and preserve the representative republic that we live in. That's the whole point. It's just like you, when you take your family and you guys go for a vacation, or you go somewhere and you're going to leave your home. What do you do when you leave your home? Do you just leave your doors and windows right wide open so anyone can just go in there and do what they want? No, you lock it up. You protect what's most important to you. Well, American people like me, American taxpayers, people that live here, this is our home. This is our home. And in order to lock up our house when we're busy doing something else, you've got to have what President Trump put into place. The idea of having ICE agents at the voting places, I'm all for it. I am all for it. We need integrity. We need it. We absolutely need it. And we need to protect our system. And I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it. Now, this judge that decided he was going to throw a monkey wrench in the works, they did say in the report that more than likely this is immediately going to be brought right to the Supreme Court. And they've already overturned one judge trying to do it. I don't think this judge will be any different. When you're trying to block the American way, I don't get it. I do not get it. But I know that this is the thing about left-wing thinking and right-wing thinking and how it differs. I understand to a point where left-wingers are saying, well, these people left their country and came here to America because the country that they were in was bad and was oppressive and was this and was that. And now they're here and they want a better life, and they should have the right to a better life. All of that's, I absolutely agree with it. I don't disagree with it. The path that I do disagree with, though, is the fact that, well, when they came here, they didn't come here legally. For the 4 years that Joe Biden was president, and for the 8 years that President Obama was president, you're talking, what is that, 3 times 4, 12 years. For 12 years, they allowed our borders to be wide open. And I have no idea what the number is, but it can't be any less than 20 million. It's got to be 20 million or more. Maybe 30 million, I don't know. 30 million. Let's say 20 million people that are here that aren't supposed to be here. Now, I understand why each and every one of them would want to come to America. Who wouldn't want to come to America? Who wouldn't? Look what we offer. Look what we offer. It's the greatest country on the planet. I understand the appeal. I understand it, the attraction. But the reason that this country is as great as it is because of laws. This is a country of laws. And if you allow 20 million people to just break a law, what are you doing to the whole system of how it works? You're damaging it, you're destroying it, you're ruining it. And the only way that this system survives is if you protect it. And you're not protecting it by allowing all of these people to come into this country and then stay here illegally. It's just not right, and this is why President Trump has had to put ICE agents out everywhere in just about every state to collect up these people and send them back to the countries that they came from. Now, for each and every one of them that go, they're being given an opportunity to come back to the country, but do it legally. Come in through the points of entry legally. We'll more than welcome 20 million people as long as they're legal. And I know a lot of people say, well, if somebody's trying to come here from, let's say, Venezuela, it's going to take them years to become legalized before they get in here. It never takes months, it always takes years. Well, there's a reason. I don't know what that reason is. I don't know. But if that's what the process is, as great as this country is, I think for each and every one of those people who do have to wait that long to get in here legally, it's worth the wait. It's well worth the wait. Sneaking in here and then being here illegally really isn't doing you any favors if you're here illegal. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. It's just that you've broken a law. And every breathing moment that you're here, you are a lawbreaker. And anyone that breaks the law is hurting the system for everybody else who's abiding by the law. And this is where I'm afraid the left-wing friends of ours, they've got a blur there for some reason. They don't see that. They don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. I don't know. I don't know. But I sure wish that they would see it the way we do on the right. Laws are laws, and they're put into place for a reason. They're not, they're a law. I don't know how else to put it. And if you don't abide by law, then what have you got? You've got a system that just doesn't work, and it breaks down and implodes on itself. And then you wind up suffering in the end because of it. But when a law gets put into place and it's enforced, guess what? You're protected, because that's what law is all about, to protect you, the individual. The law wasn't designed to protect an illegal individual. It's there to protect a legal individual. I don't know how anyone can't see and understand that concept. You're in a country of laws, and if everybody abides by the law, things go pretty smooth. Now, yes, there's always going to be even legal people here that will break the law from time to time. That's going to happen. Yes, it's going to happen. But you can deal with that. You can do something about it. But just opening the door and letting these people from other countries just come in here and then enjoy the fruits and benefits that you worked hard for, they wind up getting it. Again, here we go back to fairness. What President Trump has done is the right thing, the absolute right thing. And this judge that has tried to block it, he's going to have a few days of, hey, look what I did. I blocked this. I'm a big deal. But I think it's going to make it right back to the Supreme Court, and it's going to get shot down in flames, just like the first one that did it here a while ago. So, all right. I guess that's everything, because there wasn't a whole lot more in the news this morning that I saw that was interesting, that had something that we could talk about, share our comments with and everything. So, all right, I'm gonna let you go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and definitely leave a comment. I want to hear what you got to say, whether you agree, disagree. Either way, I'd love to hear from you. Just put some comments down there. Okay, I want you to enjoy your Friday, August 28th, 2026. This is Arno Betts for Politically Unfiltered. We'll catch you in the next video. Have a good day. We're gone.